Hello and welcome to my individual report on our project. My name is bjoed735 and I will show you the code report. Yes, so we have started our home page, the first one you interact with when you start up the app. So in the beginning here we have a function that creates a room, and it has this API call create room. Takes back the response and picks out the ID from it, and creates the ref with the room ID created. So if we check how in React how it works is here you have the rooms that creates the, I don't know what to say, but the routes creates just in here. So we have API create room. So inside here we have how the room creates. We have this generate random code because little bit background on our project. We have rooms for that you can create, and you join the rooms by a unique random code number, which creates here. So it takes 3 from the alphabet, 3 random three random numbers, and combine them into a unique code, basically, which we can look over here. When we create a room, every route will have, this means that every route can have a uniquely room code. So you join the rooms by these codes that you can share and join and stuff. So this is just a function that creates this random code, and also what gets back here, so we have a hold of it. So we can go down here. Here's handle room change. Yeah, we just clean up the numbers, so if someone writes it a little bit fun or anything, we just control, so it's it's the right one. So we put everything to uppercase, replace numbers, and check numbers here. So we formatting it basically. So here here we have the div. So we have create room header. So we have on submit, you call this function. So there will be a button, create new room, then you create this function. And down here we have on submit, so you have things you can so you can this is called when you press on this button. So you have placeholder where you can put in this number. Here is the pattern. So here you write in the number, and we press the button. It's hard to visualize it, but you write in the number for the room. When you press it, this will be called and format it like I told before, and you can join the room. So little bit more on this create room then. So here is the number that's generated. Have some functions here because we want our rooms to disappear. They're only static as long as someone is in the room, and we choose to use Redis here because it's cached based. So everything will disappear if no one is in the room for 5 minutes. I will show you later how that actually works, but so here when you create the room, we're not doing anything special here. We have response data and the message, because we have a standard message when you create the room, basically saying here is created, and we also have Redis here. So in the post, we have request. We take the room ID we're generating. We create a message, being created. So it's just it's been created now with a timestamp, so you know when it's created and stuff. Nothing fancy here, but we just make the room. And then we push up the room with the ID and messages. So everything is stored on this ID. So when you get back into the room, if someone joins the room, is everything stored on that unique ID. And yeah, stringify it to a message. Nothing special here. And here's the response. So if we get it back, we got to a 1, just to make sure it's get back. Otherwise, we throw an error if we have something problem with the connection to Redis database. Next thing, I talked a little bit about it will disappear. So I think it's not in this code, but here we have how that works. So we can talk a little bit about that. Here is our expire time. So it's 5 minutes, so 60 seconds times 5, so 5 minutes. This is a heartbeat. So down here we have a expire messages, expire time. So we have a timer that every time someone is in the room, I'm not quite sure about the time. I think it's each minute or something. I will double check it when we get there. We send away one heartbeat saying we prolong the expire time. So each minute make it 5 minutes longer. So here is just also a connection to Redis, and the only thing this does is we take in the room ID, so you know which room, and user ID, and just telling expired or prolong the room so it will not disappear, and just okay if it works. So it otherwise, if you leave the room for 5 minutes, then it will disappear and everything in it will go away. And now we can go back to this page. So when we have formatted created this, so this is otherwise you can just join or create a room. So when you create a room, we get over here. Here's a lot of the more, what you're saying, the good stuff, perhaps you can call it, where everything is happening, is inside these rooms. So here we have different components that we have gotten from iComponents UI. It's I don't know what you call it, but they have a lot of components, so you can drop down menus. This is drop down, this is a dialogue, labels, input, message areas and stuff. So we use because it's much easier to implement than doing it ourselves. So we have gathered these components from these bibliothèques. So we just import everything here. Nothing fancy. Kind of a lot here. Here we also have generate username from username generator. So everything is labels and stuff. That's we can look around if you want to see examples how it looks. But generate username, we want it kind of be anonymous. You're able to change your name, but when you join the room, you just get a random name. So it's random generated. And here is the expire time here. So it's 1 minute. So this is the heartbeat I was talking about before. Here we have the socket URL. I don't think that is used, so I don't know what's there. That's not also used. Okay, so here we have the room page. Some of the things we have here, we have a message, input message URL, name, username. Basically, these are just the labels that you can change. So it's a use state with a string, nothing fancy. Everything is a string here. Yes. So nothing fancy over here because yeah, we use date and strings, and here's a list, so it's set messages, so we have more than one message. If we have sent like 10 messages, it will be a list. So yeah, it's just labels. Yeah, and here we have just params and room ID. Nothing special here as well. We just save it as a usage string. We go down to more fun stuff here. Use effect. Yeah, use effect is really nice because every time something happens, we can it's doing a lot under the hood. So when you connect, so long as you're in the what's called the page, you will be targeted here. So here's a lot of things that we basically it's under the hood, so it will be happening just by joining the room. Every time something happening, you will get inside this use effect. So it's a really nice function. So first thing we do, we connect to the socket if we're not already in the socket. First we added server-side pinging. So if someone sends a message, server sends to everyone that we got a new message. But we wanted to have live sync with video and stuff. So we removed that, instead introduce sockets. So here we just start a socket, nothing special. Here in local storage, we just check username. Yeah, here we use the generate username 0 to 10, so it creates a random name with this function, and we set the username, generate username. And here is how this works, so you can use them whenever you want. So here set username, you have your use date here with a string, so it's you set it to a value. So this set username is also here. So here is our function handle change name. You do the same thing, username, you take this value and set it. So here when you change it, you also do the same. And the change name here is down here with a button. And here's when I talked about the imports with the drop-down menus and stuff. With that you can create, so when you press on this button you get up a nice display, and you can put in name and stuff. So that's how this setters works. So here you just generate a random name and you set it, and this is automatically because this gets run, checks if you already have a name, put it in, so you get a random name. So on connect here you connect to the socket server. So it emits that. No, sorry, here. This is just log that says it's connected with the ID. Here, join room. It joins the room, and then everyone sees. So you get every time you get a unique number by the socket by default. Then after that we listen and stuff. So here, socket on, receive message. Emit works by, how can you say it? You emit, you send out that I have joined the room, and then people are listening on this stuff. So join room, we can put up the socket. Here is the socket, so how it works. Here is just create a server. One thing why we have a socket server, we initially was going to host, we have done it so we will be able to host the servers. Redis we can host on Vercel or something, and when we checked on it, persistent things like sockets, it needs to be persistent and it cannot go down for some seconds, because when you have it on Vercel, they don't really do persistent servers like that. it will not hold a socket connection all the time. So we separated the logic. So this is running on a server on the side. So you can host this on other websites. I don't remember which one we picked because we didn't go that far into it because they cost money. But then you can host it, this server, the socket server on one side, and then you can host Redis and the client side or the front end on Vercel, so talks to the other server. That's why we separated the logic. So here we have the WebSocket here. WebSocket messages is just a path, create server, nothing special here. Here, how it works then. On connection, here like I explained, listening on your own room. So on connection, it creates a socket with the ID. It listens on joining room. Then it's with the ID, the room ID, says it has joined the room. And it has a lot of functions here. So it's basically all the functions we need doing stuff. So when you send a message, before, like I talked, it was the server sending out to everyone, here's a message. But now everyone is listening on message. So if someone sends in a message, emits a message, can show that. Here I think. Oh wait, so this is perhaps from so many. Oh, here. So here in handle message creates a message, and here, so if I send a message here, I emit the message. It gets to the socket. It listens on send message. Then it will emit receive message. So this is send message. This listen on it, get it, emits received message, and then it then this sends to every socket, or everyone in the socket gets this message, so everyone knows there's been a new message. Same with the other functions. So here's just the message and socket ID for the room. So for each room they have a connection here. So play video, pause video, change video, sync video, and disconnect. So the play video emits that someone has started the video, paused the video, changed the video, sync the video. This one takes in extra. That's a nice, like this one takes in message. You can send in with a video URL. So change video. This emits the new URL. And sync video. This sends out the new time. So everything goes back to the time. So it syncs to the same time. And we choose to have, instead of the server sending out to everyone, we choose sockets because it's faster, and we wanted to try it, but it was also like, we thought it was better when you can have a lot of users and it will go more seamlessly between the users. Here where we listen on, so port 3001, and this just says to listen to all interfaces, so we don't run into some random problem, just to be sure. Yeah, then we go back to the page here. So that's basically how the socket works. So we can join room, set messages here, on received messages. Yeah, here it's listen on the received messages. So if someone sends a message, it will go to the socket, go back, you will receive it, just log it so you know you have it. So now we have set messages, is the one with like I talked with the list, because it can be more than one message. Just put it on the list, the data, so it will be in order, so you can have 10 messages if you have sent a lot to each other. Yeah, here, fetch messages is also a use effect, because when you join the room, you want to fetch the messages. Nothing special. It will call for API message. So then we go here, API messages. Now we will check inside here. Don't think we have, no, we have not been in there. Here's the response data. It's a type message, so it's just a string. And the message is ID, data type, timestamp, and everything. Here we also have expire. It's before we start the room. We want to set the expire date, because if no one joins the room, we still want it to expire. So we needed to have it in two places. So basically, just when you create it, will expire in 5 minutes, and perhaps no one joins. So it's to make sure it expires even if no one joins. Yeah, request, response. So we have the search params for the URL with the room ID. So here we pick it out. Yeah, it will check if there is a room ID. If you don't have a room ID, it's a bad request, because you need to have a room ID. And here you fetch all the messages from Redis. So if you want to get all the messages, we have a L range because it's a list of messages. I think we see it down here, because this is this is the get. So this is the function to get stuff. So if you want to get messages, you have L range, because you want to get the range of the list. Because if you look in the post, we use where is it? Push. So it's just, yeah, we push. So it just makes a longer list. And we thought that was nice, because we want them in order. So it's pretty nice just have them the time you sent it in, it will be automatically in the right order time-wise. So we don't need to check timestamp or something like that. It will just be in order already. Here we just update expire as well. But so we get the range of it, pick everything. If they're non-data, then we say nothing is found. Here we parse it. We filter a message, trim it, so we get rid of the things between, map it, parse it, and we send it back. So here is the response. Response with the parse data and 200, and catch error if something's wrong. So we take out the whole list. We need to trim it and filter it, because it will not look that good. Otherwise, it will be a lot of things in between, which will not look that great. And here we have the post, what they call the post. So here we just check, we have text room ID, user ID. This is because if you're gonna send something, you need to have these things. We want to know which one sent what. So here we have the body with everything inside. If something is missing, we send bad request. Otherwise, we create this message with ID, type, data, and we push it to a room. So here we have the room ID and the message we created with this body. Yeah. Or here we have the message, yeah. And that's the type message here. So we just know we create these types. Forgot perhaps tell it. This is TypeScript. So in the beginning we didn't use it, and then we were like, okay, of course we're gonna use TypeScript, because is what it's used for. So it just says how everything is supposed to look. So if you have a message, you have these values on the message, strings and numbers. Yes, I think there's nothing more to say here. Here's just the response, if it goes well or not. And here's expire. Yes, so fetch and get. Down we go back to the page. So here's that was the fetch messages. So it gets all the messages, it gets everything back. Here you just set messages to the thing you got back, the data messages. If there's an error, then we're saying it's error fetching. And here's the use effect I'll talk about. You will basically do it automatically. Yeah, so this is a hook. We also have use effect here with send interval. So this set interval we have here expire time. So this use effect with set interval works that it every minute. Did I say? Yeah, every minute. Yeah, it was 1 minute. Every minute with the set interval, it will create API heartbeat a post to this heartbeat, like we said before. And every minute it will update, it will be 5 more minutes until it closes. And yeah, perhaps you're doing it a little bit too many times, sending the heartbeat, but it's just to make sure it doesn't overlap and the room disappears when you're inside it. But these use effects are so nice because it's under the hood, so if you're in the page, have it open, it will just use it because you're there, and it will unmount if you close down the page automatically. So then there's a clear interval here. Here is just these functions for every button and stuff. So handle change name just sets the username, so like I used before, and sets the set item local storage, so we know which name that it has this name updated. So if you reload, you still have it. Here in handle message, handle message. Here we have a alert if there's something invalid with the input field. Here we have a data type, so we check the image. So input data, data type. So we check image, text. So here we have image URL and input message. So we have the option, because Redis is cache based, we don't want to use a lot of memory. Messages and stuff like that is fine. But here we want to have message or images. So we only use, currently we only use URLs. So you have this input image URL. So to save storage, we can still show the picture by fetching the image, but we don't store the whole image inside the database because that will take too much space when it's cache based. So we just have the URL, and then this page fetches this URL. So we trim it, hidden, and add it to class list. So it will have the image, fetch it, and show it on the page. Hello. I had some problems. My audio cut out, so I need to remake this part. I didn't notice, so I think I was here. Perhaps it's a little bit overlap, but I will try to make this work. So after you input the image here, just send it to the API message over here, like we talked about before, with the room ID, input data, username, and data type. And Yeah, and here you just emit it so everyone knows that you sent a message, and it will go back so everyone will notice it. And here we just clear the field. So set image and set input message will be cleared. So it set it to nothing. So it's nothing inside it. Now we come to the fun part here, the return. Here just welcome to the room and your username in the top, so you see it. Yeah, inside here we have two interesting things. Here you just have a little bit of dialogue, so you can edit profile. Yeah, so here you have a label. It's easier to show in the web. You will see it over there. But here we have dialogue descriptions with edit profile, edit name. Nothing special. It's this more just preference how it looks. And down here you have the label with the input set name. This one was the one that's getting random generated in the beginning, but you also can change it and it gets stored, and here you put the value. Yeah, so here you set it in the label, and the button take that and handle change name. So you change it. Now we come down to the funny parts. Here we have video area and message area. So here we have put it so this will make it into two layers. You have your message area, chat. So if you press there, you get the message area and send in the messages. Or you have the video area with room ID and room and the socket. You send in the socket, so it will be, okay, say, so are you sending the socket? So I will show you. I can go in there. I can show why you send in the socket. Video area. Okay, so we start with the video area. Here in the video area, you take the socket and string here in the interface. We have video URL and is playing. One interesting part here, we have React Player, which is a really nice import that's yeah, it makes it easy to have controls if you want to show YouTube. I don't remember exactly everyone it can do, but YouTube, Facebook, a lot more it could do, Twitter and stuff. But we right now we have just used the YouTube. So with React Player you get functions as is it playing, current time, change stuff, and it will fetch it for us. So it's a really nice API call. So here we have the setters for setting URL and if it's playing. And here is just a reference to the React Player. So here in the use effect this time around, we have pause video. It will set is playing, so it will pause it for us, and that we are listening on it. So if someone is doing something, it will pause for everyone. Playing, it will play for everyone. Change video, we put the new URL, so it will change the URL for everyone. Sync video here, we get the current reference here, so we can catch the current time. So current time is our time in our video, and we're listening on something. So if someone jumps in the video, we get their time here. So we get sent in their time, and here is our time. We compare them to each other, so we only wanna sync together because we thought 1 second is close enough in the video. So if it's bigger than 1 second, we will sync to the same time, because if we don't have that, it will send back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it will be infinity loop, and it made it really laggy. So here is we only sync if there's 1 second apart, and here we set playing is true because it's a preference, but we thought it was more seamless if we had it set to true. So here's the function handle pause. Set playing is false, send to everyone else that they should pause. We remove this one because I will show you. We notice that we have a better way of doing this. handle change video. So you set the URL for yourself and send to everyone that they should switch. Sync video, you take your current time and send to everyone else that they should change, and it will only do that if here the time span 1 second, the difference, so they will change, otherwise nothing will happen. But you are synced then already, so it's no problem. Yeah, so inside here then we have one button. That's change the URL. You get a drop-down menu, change it. Here just the React player with its features, so it can handle URL, the reference, playing. We start with is playing. Controls we set to true. This is commands inside React player. If controls is set to true, you can have controls on the YouTube clip. Otherwise, you cannot jump in the YouTube clip, or you cannot. Yeah, it's how YouTube is. You'll see in the video, so it has controls over the YouTube, so you can change video quality and stuff. And you can also with this React player have. So I change the speed of the video. Other people also get also change the speed of the video. We haven't implemented that because I don't know why you will want to watch the video in 2x speed, but it's doable to have. On play, you can then on play handle sync video. So on play does two things. If I press play, then it will play and it will handle sync video. Because we have this interval diff1, then it's seek to. Yes, this player current seek to. It will just say we're in the video, so time seconds. So if I'm 15 seconds, it's from the beginning 15 seconds in the video. But it will set playing is true. Here is why we don't need, where was it? This one anymore. Because if I play and we are at the same time, it both will just play. If I pause, it will handle pause and sync. And if I jump in the video, this one has a function on play, which is if it's buffer, it will also be called. So if I jump in the video will buffer, and then this on play will be called, and then it sends out a sync to the other ones. Yeah, so here is just handle change. Handle change video. And here is the message area. We go through this one as well. So here is the other one. So you can either show video area or the message area. Inside here we have message ref and user. So inside of here we have these message cards. Message cards. We'll just display them more neatly. And here we have a sort function mapping the text by time and timestamps. So yeah, it will be probably will be right order anyway, but it will show and display the in cards more beautiful these messages from the users. Yeah, here. Yeah, and this worth noting. This is a scroll area. It's we got it from UI. It's like this window here. If you get something more downside, you can scroll inside of it. So if you have more messages that you can display on the home page or the web page, you can scroll inside of it. And here we have this reference message ref we put in the end here in the div. So it's the last thing in the div. So we have a use effect. So under the hood, if something if a message comes in, this will get called and it will scroll into view smooth. So what this does is if someone sends a message, it will get it will scroll down smoothly to the bottom. If something is sent, it will get sent down to the bottom, so you know something is sent. Yeah. So that's basically it. So you can here, you have two contents, other video area or message area. And these two is so nice. We have just we have done this to break up the logic, but otherwise this document will be too big. It's already big, but by doing this, having them over here, we don't have need the logic in this page. It will be way too far. So here message area, here's alert. So here we just have input. This is the alert I was talking about before. If you have no input, it will display invalid. Yeah, here we have image source, input image URL. Here we have the button set image URL. So on click, nothing special here. It's just the logic for setting the message. Here we have text area. So you have your set input message. So you value what you write so you can send it. Drop down menu. Here we have it will be easier. Will you see it in the demonstration of the lab, but the drop down menu. So it's basically a drop down menu where you have choose to add image, choose a method, upload from device, or you have this set input image URL, so you can choose either one and upload. And then on click handle send. So this is just really nice according content, because then we can either have video area or the message area. And here you set up this socket if you're in this one. I think I've gone through everything. Yeah, this is everything for me. This is the encode depth of everything happening. I don't think I have missed something. This is how it works, and thanks for me.